Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. It's going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I want to do something that's just a bit fun. Please don't flame anyone who can't do this. I'm going to do some speed runs. I just want to do some speed runs through the dungeons. I put my guides out there now for all of the major dungeons. I want to show you what I do to kind of farm up these dungeons as quickly as I can. Some of you might have some of these champions. Some of you probably don't. But what you should look for is the type of setup I'm doing, because you could probably, if you get towards endgame, you can make this stuff work with different champions in their place. And yeah, let's just get into it. So I think we'll probably start with maybe the easiest dungeon to get a speed farm going. Best time I've ever had is 42 seconds, which is no slouch. It's also not the quickest out there. So I've got a couple of setups that I run for speed runs. This is an example. So it's basically an attack lead, two royal guards, both laying down their big old slams. So that the kind of order of play here is that Tomb Lord decreases everyone's defense, royal guard slams, royal guard slams. This chick goes and hits some poisons. Kaimar resets, and then we finish off the wave. We move on to the second wave. It all happens again. We get onto the dragon in a real sort of minimal amount of time, and then we've got massive damage coming in from the royal guards, massive damage coming in from poisons and combust on the dragon, and ideally we do it in less than 1 minute. So I'll show you this. Okay, here we go. So we should see here, get poisons out first. We go decreased defense across the board. It's hoping for some big old slams there, but it's not done quite enough. But we should just see a return slam. So that's wasted one of my slams, which I wouldn't really want. We should get a decreased defense back on though. Big slam comes in again, and basically we just kind of pick them off here. Normally they'd be dead by now, so I didn't quite get the full combo that I need for my real speed run. But you kind of get the idea. So we get onto the boss. Normally we get onto the boss at around 20 seconds. And then we've got two ways to do enormous damage here. So we've got combust poisons like that, or we've got the royal guards doing their big swings. And between the two of them, we can, each of them can kind of do crazy amounts of this damage that we need. So we should see big swings now, 650 odd K. And another one, so that's a 52 second run. Okay, so here we go again. Poisons up, decreased defense across the board, slam 1, slam 2, hopefully we nuked, we did. 8 seconds onto this wave, same again, decreased defense across the board, slam 1, slam 2, and the nuke. Could have done with that death burst just waiting for this part, because actually she's going to combust something in a minute and she's basically going to combust nothing, which is annoying. But if we'd waited for that death burst, then he would have had a nice chunky poison to combust. Never mind, we're still in good shape. It's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe 50 seconds run. Decreased defense is up, which is what I need for the royal guards to do their big swing. We're hoping for it now. There it is. And number 2. And combust. And dead. 48. So it's pretty consistent. Always under a minute. But it's also quite fraught with danger. So one of the other things that I can do, slightly longer time. I can change out these two. This is the way I used to run this team. So I'd have Bad El in for poison. He also brings more damage when the poisons are up. We bring in Zardgala as my decreased defense person. And this generally, because I've got healing and sustain from Bad El, this generally is just a safer run. So decreased defense is basically the same style, but I don't tend to have any kind of risk of this not just working. So we just kind of go rinse and repeat. Again, slam, slam. Thanks for coming. And we get onto the dragon in about 20 seconds. The difference is I don't have as many mechanics to nuke the boss with this sort of setup. The absolute, I guess, utopia would be Nozar Gala and Draco as my person. So Tomb Lord is kind of my poor man's Draco in my setup. But here we go, big old hits, and we're actually going to be pretty similar time to what I just showed you with the other setup, if not bang on, 48 seconds, yeah. So this is pretty consistent run as well. But yeah, that is my Dragon Lair speed farm. let's move on to something else. So let's go and do a spiders speed farm. So this is my kind of standard spider setup. It'll work, yeah. So I do AoE decrease defense, AoE weaken, nuke, nuke, reset, and same again. And it should all work basically. I think I take a hit normally, but it still works. I've done it where I don't take a hit. I've messed the speeds up a little bit with changing gear around. It seems to have messed up my run touch. But yeah, we get a reset here. I might have actually fixed it, I'm not sure. But yeah, reset there, and then we go nuke, 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 so nearly dead. And then we just got to wait for this fella to have his turn. So sometimes it's like a 24-second run, sometimes it's like this, 30 odd seconds. But very easy. And obviously you can tweak stuff around. So I could go with any affinity which is blue or green as my decreased defense. So someone I use sometimes is Ghostborn. Ghostborn does the job really well because he also increases your attack. Here he is. So same sort of thing again. It is reliant. I think the speed farms for Spider are really reliant on Royal Guards. Royal Guards make a big difference. But yeah, we should see here, because I get increased attack as well with Ghostborn, I generally will hit for a bit more, as you can see. But sometimes his speed throws me off completely. Look how much slower I am because of the way the speeds are ticking. So it's only because I've got his gear set up incorrectly, but we're going to end up doing basically the same thing. He comes in with the last hit around 30 seconds, and that is a pretty easy auto run. So I guess I could show you a different setup. It's nowhere near as quick, but there's a different way that you can run fast spider teams. So let me just set it up here. Yeah, so this is going to be my second team for a speed farm. What I have to do here though is I have to make sure my Ignatius is not hitting too hard. I want him to get more accuracy and I want him to not hit as hard as he is, which means I need less defense on him. He's got, what, 4.3k, 4.4k defense, 4.5k even. I don't want that much defense on him because he will hit like an absolute truck if I put that much defense on him. So I'm just going to flip a couple of bits of gear over here. What do I want to do? I just want to sort of take him out of one of these sets, probably this one. Yeah, so I don't want him to hit that hard. I just want him to be more accurate. So let's just put on him. I don't want crit rate, crit damage, anything like that. I just want to take all that stuff off him because at the moment he's just going to do too much damage with it all. Let's put this piece, not that one, let's put this piece on. More accuracy, more speed. And then let's change these gloves for just some sort of bad pair of gloves. Bit of accuracy in that, yeah. So I just want the accuracy to go above 220. The defense drops right down, it means he's not going to hit anywhere near as hard with his defensive swing. And let's go. So as soon as he starts hitting hard with that defensive hit, he kills the spiderlings, which means they don't die from HP burn, which is what you want. We've got decreased defense on, we've got HP burn across the board. Cold Hearts do their stupid thing. We get big shields up so Cold Hearts aren't going to die. Every time these spiderlings move, they take a load of damage. Now this time, my Ignatius doesn't kill everyone. He would do if I had him in that other gear. So they still do damage when they move. The Cold Hearts are taking out the turn meter and doing a bunch of damage as well. And I normally find it's around a 45-second run if all goes well. I've got see all these decreased turn meters though? It's all part of this build. They're all set up to make sure that I deal with the spiderling properly. So we've got one more over here, one more spiderling that when he moves is going to hurt it. Really close to being dead. Probably end up being about a minute, I guess. All being well. Yeah, there we go. So a minute and 1 second. So for a speed run without Royal Guards, that's pretty quick. Obviously 2 Cold Hearts in there. Most speed runs are going to have Cold Hearts or they're going to have Royal Guards. Unfortunately, that's the way the game goes. But yeah, that's another kind of tactic you can use to do a speed run on Spider. So that's Dragon done, the Spider done. Let's do Ice Golems. Okay, so this is a team that is fraught with danger. It's a speed team. It's relying on decreased defense and nuke, poison, and sustainability. Reset. My only sustainability here is bad L, and if these Royal Guards do some big swings at the wrong time, there's a good chance this is going to be a wipe. That being said, it often is fine. We just get through it. But it's probably somewhere like an 80% chance of success rate, whereas a more consistent team, which isn't as fast, would probably be 100% chance. So one thing you do here is you want to be clicking on one of the ads. If you click on the ads and it gets decreased defense on like this, then your Royal Guard will do its big swing when that big swing is available. So we've got a chance here of it happening. Is he going to do it in time? Not doing it yet. He's not doing it. That's interesting. There's one big swing. Are we going to get the second one off? If he didn't have a big swing right now, this guy is dead. Doesn't look like he's going to do it, is he? Why aren't you doing your big swing? The guy would be dead. This is what I don't get about Royal Guards. It's still going to be quick, but talking to one of the guys on Discord, he said that he could get the Royal Guards to do that big swing when he clicked on one of the ads. I'm just going to try it again. But this is, still the quickest team I've had doing this, so it's pretty cool. Just over a minute, and it didn't seem too hairy there. I'd hope you'd agree. But yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing again. Slamming them with the Royal Guards, that's what it's all about. And now he said if you click, and maybe I'll click on the right ad. He said if you click on the ad and it gets decreased defense on him, then your Royal Guards will do his big swing. Clearly he's not doing it. So that feels like that's not, oh there we go. Okay, so he did do it. Don't know what difference was there compared to what we just did before. But that's the danger. That's the danger of doing your big swing, is you get absolutely nuked down and you basically wipe the raid. And as I said, it's like an 80% chance that you're going to win this fight when you take in people like Royal Guards, whereas if you take in some other more tried and tested, even more likely to die now. That's happened. We've still got a chance. Kaimar's out there. He's fighting the fight for us. We've got a bit of poison going on. We've got a chance. Come on, lads. Come on, for the video. For the video. Don't fail me. Oh, it's close. It's close. Poison's everywhere. Poison's our only hope now. Oh, and we've made it. Okay, so different lineup here. We've got poisons and more damage. We've got setup, damage, reset. So same sort of concept. Most of these are the same sort of concept. It's about enabling your damage dealers to hit really hard, and it's about resetting it with your Kaimar so that the second wave gets the same sort of punishment. You don't want for your guys to use all their main abilities twice, so that's probably not quite rotated that well, but should still be fine. We should just get the nuke off here. There we go. And we shouldn't take any damage. So 20 odd seconds into the main boss. The biggest danger you've got here is that we get a retribution hit which hits us really hard. So I'm just going to click the ad here and hope that we get a slam from our Royal Guard when it's ready. That's important to do this run fast. Bad Elf's important here because he's keeping me alive. There's the big hit. And see that we didn't get the retribution hit. Sometimes it triggers poisons at the same time, and somehow, I don't really know the mechanics of it, but somehow it kind of skips the return hit. So as long as we can, yeah, there's the reset. So I'm hoping Royal Guard just does his swing. If he does, we nuke it and we win. Didn't, so we've got to wait for the next time he's going to do that. Here we go. So 111, so pretty quick. Pretty decent, and that was a much safer setup. Much safer. I'm going to do one more, which just shows you. I'm going to show you a lineup that one of my guys on Discord showed me. So let me just go onto it. So DJ, this is to you, my friend. So he's actually thrown a Nephil in, an Arbiter in. I don't have a Draco, but I'm basically using a Tomb Lord instead. But you'll see here actually the Draco is doing all the damage. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to replicate this or not. But yeah, so basically I'm going to go Tomb Lord, Nephil, Arbiter in my lineup. Let's try that. So he's got his Bad Elves, his lead, Tomb Lord, Arbiter, Nephil. Let's see how this one runs. So Nephil obviously has got a load of crowd control, he's got a load of poison as well. Yeah, let's see how this one does. So we get stuns off, it means we're not going to get harassed by all the enemy. I must admit, so I guess Draco in his lineup does a ton of damage, which we don't really have the same level of damage, but it's still pretty quick. So we're through the first wave in 20 odd seconds. Be interesting to see if we get through this next wave in the same sort of time, but we do get the stuns off, so we're not getting the annoying abilities coming from these guys, and we do get a lot of speed up and decent kind of play from the Arbiter, so it's helpful as well. I guess we're going to end up getting to the boss around maybe around 50 seconds, a bit more. Lots of poisons to tick off here. Yeah, it's a bit more, so I'm not going to do it anywhere near as quick as DJ did it, but obviously he's got the Draco that's just kicking out damage. So to the boss in a minute. I wonder if he just clicks on the boss and kind of pushes all the damage at the boss. Can't see how else he would do it that quick. Almost ignore the ads and just lay poisons down. There's a decreased attack, which is good. Loads of poisons on the boss. So all of the you want the boss to tick through his damage thresholds through poison, ideally, because then he won't give you the big retribution hits. Not sure if we're going to get that to happen. Seems to be kind of, oh, there's one, didn't work, but we're fine. We're pretty safe really. And because we're controlling the ads, we're not getting decreased defense on us, so we're not worried about the kind of retribution hit being a one shot. It does mean it freezes us up though. Don't know, it feels scary, but it's kind of working. Yeah, it should be fine. And then this will just kind of get us through to the final bit of damage that we need. This will end up being about 230. It's not that quick really. But there you go. So that's Ice Golem. So we've seen Ice Golem a number of times. We've seen Dragon, we've seen Spider. Let's get into Fire Knights. Fire Knights is probably one of the most difficult ones to do speed runs on. This is a team I was showing the other day. I've just changed it up. So this is my speed farm team. We've got Fushan in the lead. He's got Speed Aura, which is really strong. He's also got some sort of crowd control stuff. We've got decreased defense and decreased attack on our Tomb Lord. All of these are multi-hitters apart from Martyr, but Martyr brings us the counter attack. And Martyr also hits really hard on these waves. So you see here, once she gets a kind of next hit in, she's going to chunk some of this damage off, which is what we want. We want people that are just going to get us through the waves. Look at that, 50 odd Ks across the board, just really decent damage. And the idea is just kind of protect the Cold Hearts, make sure they don't die, try and get the reset of abilities. If we're lucky, we get a reset of abilities before the big hits come out again. Depends how it runs, just a bit RNG, lucky or not. So we want the Blight to come up now from, there he is, comes up with his Blight and puts decreased defense across the board. And then we just want some AoE hits to come in like that. Slams coming through everywhere. And it just means we get to the boss at about a minute. I think the best I've done on this is maybe 130, 120, 130. There's definitely quicker teams out there. I've seen Xavier, Draco sort of style teams absolutely annihilate this run. I don't have those champs. But for me, this is consistent. And that's what's important. I get consistency and I get it to go quite fast. Ideally, I would have had a Heartseeker there to do this as quickly as possible. Because the best runs I've done is where the boss never even gets a turn. But we're opening shield up straight away. We've got decreased defense already on, so when the Heartseekers land, they'll land heavy. One there, decreased turn meter, and now we're in complete control. And we should get, we should get decent hits off now. What are we on? 130, 140. Probably end up being about 155, I guess. Which I think anything under 2 minutes for Fire Knights is decent. Not going to be quite as good as that. Still going to be good. It's not going to be quite as good as that. It's actually going to be more like 2 minutes. Maybe even longer. But our Fire Knights is a lot to do with RNG. Fast runs is about RNG. Do you get the Heartseekers off at the right time? So yeah, so I've had 136 with that same team. Yeah, it's just another idea. Decreased defense here also increases attack of everyone else. And then pretty much everyone else is in there for speed and nukes. This is, I guess it's a risky setup because if they start coming at you, we've got a very weak team with no sustain. But the idea is really that we might take the odd hit, but it shouldn't be enough to actually transition into a kill. And even that hit there is unusual for me to take that much hit this early. You might normally take a hit at this stage, but you do generally get your resets back quick enough so that you get through the waves without taking too many shots. So taking a few hits, but we're going to get onto the main boss at about maybe 40 seconds, just over. And now we're just relying on Heartseekers landing at the right time with decent RNG. Ah, that was so close to being like spot on, but actually the RNG was just against us, which means we didn't get what we wanted. If that Heartseeker had landed through his shield, this would have been a really fast run. As it is, could even be a wipe. So we're probably still going to clear it, and it's still going to be a reasonable time, providing we get a Heartseeker off in a second anyway. Are we going to get it? No. Well, there's the Heartseeker. Yeah, so it just shows this fight is so... Speed runs in this fight is so dependent on RNG coming in at the right time. We're probably actually going to wipe because I don't have a way to heal in this setup. A much safer setup if you would replace one of these champions with... oh, we've got it anyway. 147 is quite quick. So hopefully you've enjoyed some of those fast runs. I'm just going to show you how some of these guys are geared so you can see what you're aiming for. So we're just going to run through from the top. Actually, let's get some guys out of the vault that I've used. Ghostborn, Nephril, my Royal Guards. I think they're already out. Cold Hearts. I think that's about it. Yeah, so what we've done here, so we've used people like my, no one here, no one here, no one here. So my Elanriel, she's got good speed, good crit rate, okay crit damage, accuracy is really important. People like my Ray, massive damage, massive good crit rate, massive crit damage, good accuracy. People like my Ghostborn, good speed. It's pretty about it really. Good speed, okay crit damage, but just about rotating those abilities. Nephril, good speed, good defense, good accuracy. We get into some of the nukers. Actually, my Kaimar, interestingly, is he out here? Where are you, Kaimar? Here. So my Kaimar is actually purely built to go last. The 170 odd speed is slow. His gear's not good. I could definitely make him stronger. Probably I will do at some stage, play around with him, but he's just built to be last so you can get the reset off properly. We got people like my Royal Guards. Massive crit damage. Look at the crit damage on this guy. 315. He hits like an absolute trump, this guy. We've got the other one who's not quite as strong, but still strong. 302. Massive damage everywhere. So the Royal Guards hit really hard. My Cold Hearts are not quite as sexy, but pretty good. 260s, 270s. This one I think is better. Nope, still about the same. So they're okay. They're not anywhere near as strong as my Royal Guards. Yeah, I think that is going to be about that. Tomb Lord's the only other one. Tomb Lord, again, it's kind of like average build, 200 odd speed, good crit rate. I need the crit rate to come on, good accuracy. Yeah, that is my speedrun teams. Hope you've enjoyed that. This has been Hell Hades, signing out.